Hey, good morning, everyone. Tractorman 44 here. Hey, sometimes I get asked to work on some kind of strange things. Today, I've got a first for you. Today, I'm down at my wife's lady friend, Sandy. I've taken care of some things on her swimming pool, installed her furnace, worked on the air conditioner and things like that. But we've got a problem with a golf cart. This is a pretty nifty golf cart. I think it's an Easy Go. It's probably at least 10 years old or more. But anyway, if you take a look under the seat, you're going to see a series of six 6-volt batteries, which means that this thing wired in series is going to be operating on 36 volts. It has a separate 36 volt charger that actually plugs in with this guy right here, right underneath the seat, in order to maintain the voltage. But over the course of setting dormant for the last several months, the water level got exceptionally low in the batteries, and the battery output voltage was 2.3 volts when I first got here and put the voltmeter on the outlet voltage. This particular battery charger here is one of those fancy smart chargers. That battery charger, if the batteries get too low, will not initiate charge, which is why when I plugged it in and checked for output voltage on the actual plug, I had 0 volts output. If the battery voltage dips below 22 volts, that smart charger will refuse to create output to top off the batteries. With these batteries all hooked in series, you can see you have 3 6s over here, so that's going to be 18 volts over there. It jumps over to that bank, and 3 more 6s gives us 18 more volts there, and this is the 36 volt output that actually runs the motors. Take one battery charger, one 12 volt battery charger, and hook it across the first 3 batteries, positive to positive, negative to negative, and then take a second battery charger and do the same thing, hook it positive to positive, negative to negative, then plug both of those in. That way, with 2 12 volt battery chargers, you'll be putting 24 volts in series across the 36 battery bank. And because your battery chargers actually don't put out only 12 volts, they'll put out some cases 14 and a half volts, something like that. And so if we are putting out 14 and a half volts on each of the 2 chargers, that means we're hitting across this 36 volt set of dead batteries at roughly 30 volts input, which is really pretty good. Now, before I actually started working on this thing, I pulled off the terminals one at a time and cleaned all the corrosion and stuff off of them with a mixture of baking soda and water. Take all the nuts and the connections off one at a time and scrub the posts and scrub the connections, scrub the nuts, and put them all back together to make sure you got real good connections. Then go ahead and start putting the chargers on and seeing what happens. There's the one small charger on that side over here doing the back bank, and here's my much bigger charger down here. It's a much heavier duty, older charger down here doing the front bank. I've taken my voltmeter and I've connected across the positive and the negative of the first bank. So we'll take a look and see what kind of voltage is going in right now. Right now, this particular battery charger is putting out 15 volts DC. And switching my voltmeter probes to the positive terminal over there, to the negative terminal over here on the back series of batteries, you can see that that particular charger is putting in 17.1 volts. So I'm putting a more than a 30 volt charge into the 36 volt bank right now. Now what we'll do, we'll go ahead and let these guys charge for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Then we'll come back and we'll pull the battery chargers off of it, and we're going to check and see what the voltage is in the battery bank. Hopefully within just a couple of hours, we'll be able to go ahead and pull the chargers off and put the 36 volt charger on, let it do its thing, and tomorrow be back to normal and ready to go do the things that she wants to do with it. Okay, I let it on the 2 battery chargers connected in series across the 36 volt battery pack. Came back and I just went ahead and pulled my battery chargers loose or disconnected the power supply and checked, and I have 23.7 volts across the batteries. So they are beginning to take a charge. So now it's time to plug in the 36 volt battery charger and see what kind of output it's got and see if it's going to go ahead and pick up and take over. The 36 volt battery charger is putting out 41.8 volts going directly into the supply, or the positive side, and the negative side of the battery pack. I guess we can consider this one here wrapped up. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And with a little luck, tomorrow about this time, about 16, 18 hours or so, it should be all the way fully up and functional. So you know what? We're going to call this one good for today. And this is Tractorman 44, and I'm out of here, guys.